you know it's true. The moment of power belongs to you. You chose a path, a higher lane where satisfaction breaks the chain. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands, a life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Life becomes what you create. Silence builds a stronger state. You observe, release, let go of what you can't control, you know. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands, a life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Strong in silence, clear in mind. Every loss a gift you'll find. Step by step, your power grows. The market speaks, the trader knows. Today's your day, the crown is yours. Open wide the trading doors. Every chart becomes your stage. Write your story, turn the page. Turn emotions into gold. Legends crafted, brave and bold. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Today is Wednesday. Hold on, let me arrange my charts here because there is stuff going on that I gotta take care of. I'll use tooltip on press. Okay. So, what are you guys doing? What are you up to? A lot of stuff going on here. Equal lows, DOL, whatever. Yeah. I think we're on to being bullish again. I had a long a little earlier, but unfortunately I closed too early. I went long once this level was broken here to the upside, basically just during that candle. But I closed too early, unfortunately. But still okay. Did manage to make a little a little bit of profit. I basically entered inside this BC once price rejected from that 5-minute BC. Yeah, for now it's pretty bullish. Buy side liquidity at London high. It's not SMT buy side, it's just regular buy side, like, I don't know how to say it. Anyway, but we do have buy side liquidity above yesterday's high. Yeah, and price seems to be really headed towards higher. I'm interested to see in this area over here. What I would like to see, honestly, is a rejection from here, from this inversion, and silver going above London kill zone high and then rejecting. And we'd be having like an SMT divergence where silver created a higher high and gold a lower high. Looking at the 30-minute chart, because that's where I can figure out what is the daily bias, whether it changed or not. I can see that if price only broke one daily low, which is yesterday's low, and which is over here. And right now, most likely it's headed towards not necessarily yesterday's high, but like I said, definitely above London high. Hello everyone. It's really windy out here. Is the sound okay? You guys, YouTube chat, is the sound okay? Because it's a lot of wind over here, and okay, let me just please specify the number of noise. Okay. Let's activate noise suppression here. Okay. Filters. Yeah. Just activated noise suppression. You guys should hear me a lot better right now. Okay. Okay, so the sound suppressor, the noise suppressor is doing its job, right? You don't hear the wind anymore. Okay, that's good. Right. I got myself a nice coffee here, which has some leaves in it because wind. So for now, I'm pretty much neutral, I would say. I don't know. I'm gonna be really curious to see what's gonna happen after 10 a.m. because the range from 6 to 10 a.m. is going to be done and dusted. Yesterday, there was a very, very beautiful bearish setup on gold after price took out the high of the 6 to 10 a.m. Trading range. I took out that high, and then on the 1 minute, it created a beautiful, where's that? This is today, September 17th. And then after that, it created a beautiful, beautiful inversion on the 1 minute chart. It then also provided a 5 minute entry confirmation. But in here, there were two opportunities to go short. After 6 to 10 a.m. range was taken out, we've also had this beautiful SMT divergence that you guys can see in here. And price then inverted this SIBI, tapped it, and then nicely rejected off of it. After this, remember that yesterday I was saying that I'm going to be looking to go short if price is going to inverse 1007 BISI on the 1 minute. It did that over here. We also had a nice break of structure with a closure under that structure, and then price retested over there, and then it started to move lower. So two entries could have been taken, one over here and then another one over here inside this unicorn. So yeah, for those who missed yesterday's live stream, you guys can go ahead and watch that. It's only going to be available publicly till the end of the week, and then it's not going to be available anymore. I'm going to remove it. So I'm going to mark this as a flip zone. Okay. Okay, what's going on here? Short would be nice if we could inverse this 5 minute BISI over here, the one at 845. So basically inverse it like that. That would be pretty awesome. And 1 minute here, not really convincing. I'm trying to figure out where sell side was created. Okay. Oh, look at this beautiful 3 drive pattern. Yeah, that was really nice. Really, really beautiful. So we've got SMT sell side here. Not really sure if it's going to reach all the way to there. Also, this area looks pretty sick. Yeah, with this nice busy here on silver. Look at the bodies of the candles. We have like a equal close, I would say here, and here we have a higher high close on silver. And then there's this area over here. Which looks pretty appealing for a potential short. Okay, I'm gonna try out the short here. What is going on? It seems that it also went at 12 midnight open. Okay, 1 hour till here. And then maybe I can write it, you know, lower to 2 hour. We'll see. If it's gonna start to invalidate bullish PD arrays on the 1 minute, I'm not gonna be really happy. I can already see creating bullish order block here on the 1 minute, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it, because it doesn't necessarily mean that it, you know, creating a PD array to the upside doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be respected, because this is a random area here where to create a bullish PD array. Doesn't matter if it's on the 1 minute. But I'd really love to see it, you know, really push through this level over here. "26 people watching the live stream, and so far only 6 likes. Come on, you guys. Well, you're waiting. Okay, I get it. I understand what you guys are doing. You're waiting for the result of the trade to know whether you're gonna like the stream or not, right? That's what you guys are doing. Yeah. that's what you're doing. You know, it's the advantage of a windy day is that there are no mosquitoes. Huh? Hmm. If this BC is going to be reclaimed, I'm getting out of the trade. I'm gonna get out of the trade with 50%. Yeah, 50%. Yeah, you see, look at here, look at this thing. So we're inside a 5-minute BC at this point, okay, which is this level over here, this one. So if I'm going to mark the mean threshold of that BC, you can already see that on the 1 minute, it's already closed above the 50% range, the 50% level with this candle 957. So this can be a pretty solid indication that it's likely for this BC to hold on the 5 minutes, and that it's likely for the inverted BC, this one, to be reclaimed. But we'll see, because in order for that to happen, I would like to see a bullish order block being formed here on the 1 minute. And that would, you know, let's say scare me out of my short trade. But for now, that's not happening. We'll see. what it does next. Yeah, it's reacting from here. Seems to be reacting from here. Let's see. Better watch it on my broker, because this one's a little weird in trading view here, because it has like a 1 or 2 seconds delay. I'm not really sure why. Okay, I'm out 50% of the trade right now. And if this SIBI also fails, I'm gonna close the trade, or it's just gonna take me out. But right now I only have half the risk on the table. So what I'd like to see right now would be price to not respect this BC over here, the one at 10 a.m. on the 1 minute. It might not even touch it though. But if it rejects from there and it's already reclaimed this BC. So reclaiming the 934 BC and rejection from 10 a.m. BC plus an inversion of 939 SIBI, that would basically be a clear indication of a long continuation. So I'm likely going to get out and probably look to go long if that happens. Also want to keep an eye on the 5 minutes, see what's going on. If we're gonna break the 10 a.m. low, this one, I'm gonna be really happy. But if it's gonna respect the 10 a.m. BC on the 1 minute, that's not gonna be good. Okay, what's this thing doing? Weird. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. Out. Out at minus almost 30 pips. You trade structures, or what's your strategy? The market area before it cut as well. Guys, the market just moves. It doesn't react, it just moves. Okay, I'm gonna try out the long here. Because like I said, if this BC is going to be respected and rejected from, and also forming a bullish order block, which it did, I'm gonna shift to going long. So gonna take that out from here. 3680.60. 80.60. And right now my stop is pretty low. Gonna keep an eye on silver though, reaching London high, and gold still staying stuck inside 939, so be here. Hmm. Okay, so right now, tin embassy has become very important. I would definitely not want that to be invalidated, so that's why my stop. Like, technically speaking, there is no reason why price would want to come back to that level. Unless the push up here is not supported. Case in which, you know, I just want to get out. But there's not the case so far. Do you trade Forex? Yeah, I trade only gold. I trade only gold. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Francis, for reminding the chat about this. Woo! Okay, this is going out pretty nicely. I've already recovered the loss that I'd taken a little earlier because I really managed that loss quite well. I suppressed it and I'm getting ready to take money off the table. Where is 1R? 1R already had 1R. 2R is gonna be here. I'm gonna bring my stop right under here. And I'm keeping an eye on London High. Might not even reach to London High, you know, but what I do like is the fact that at least on a 15-minute basis, it closed above the bodies of the candles here. So if it could just stay above there, stay above that level, that would be amazing. And just keep pushing higher. Yeah, the live stream. Going long on gold. Now, I would not want to see price create a bearish order block here, not even on the 1 minute. I don't want that. It should not do it. It should continue to push higher. Yeah, I love how this is going so far. Had a nice retest of that level, the bodies of those candles on the 1 hour chart that it just went above, that it closed above with the 15-minute candle. You know what? I'm gonna take partial. Yeah, I'm partialing out. 90% off, moving stop loss at break even. I am happy with this trade. Okay, because I reduced my stop, even though, let's just be fair. So this was a 1.3 risk to reward ratio, 1 to 1.3. I'm happy with that. Okay. My stop loss right now is at break even. I don't care what it's gonna do next. I like the fact that it pushed higher. I like the fact that it gave me hints that I need to get out of the trade when I was going short. When I went short here, somewhere around here. So yeah, I would say that I'm pretty happy with today. Overall, I'm blue, which is very, very okay. I'm happy. Now, in order for, so I still have a runner with stop loss at break even, not a big runner, just 10% from my initial position size. What I want to see next is basically just in order for price to continue to push higher, you know, to still keep the bullish bias, I wouldn't want 10, 12 BC to be invalidated. So this needs to keep being respected. Even though it's gonna reject from it right now and then go higher, if it's then gonna invalidate it, reverse it, inverse it, whatever you want to call it, that's not gonna be a good move. Okay, so you want this BC to be kept valid, to be respected, to act as a support if you want. The reason for that is because it formed as, you know, think of it like this. You want to break a wall, the wall being this high here, which is the high of the 6 to 10 a.m. range. Okay, so you want to break that wall, and what are you going to do? You're going to push harder, right? If you want to break a wall, you're going to push harder, you're going to hit harder. So think at this BC on this 10-12 candle as being the hardest push that was needed and exercised in order for this wall to be pushed above. Okay, so that's why you don't want this effort. If you want, you could think of a bullish order block, no, sorry, you could think of a bullish fair value gap that is overlapping a broken level. You could think of that as being an effort to push above that level, and the effort has to be legit. right? What does it mean it has to be legit? It still has to act as a support level. Whenever price comes down into it, it should only rebalance it and then push higher, okay? It should not invalidate it. So right now, if this will be invalidated, it's not going to be too good for those who are still in long trades. And you can already see an order block being created here and respected and rejected from. But we'll see, because this is still not enough to consider that price is right now switching bearish, you know, because if you zoom out overall on the 1 minute, we've been bullish for the past 3 hours. Okay, we've been bullish for the past 3 hours. Of course, we could still have a beautiful a copy and paste of yesterday's setup where the 6 to 10 a.m. range high was taken out, and then we have an inversion being created. But I'm more interested in this one, 10, 12. If this one's going to be inverted, then it's probably going to be a good idea to look for shorts, but we'll see. Because also it really matters how the 5 minute looks like. So far, the BISI's holding. That's what you want to see. This should still act as a support, and it should send price higher. Look what I got here. Melon. Oh my god. Wow. So good. "33 people watching the stream. Thank you, guys. I would really appreciate it if you would also like the stream. Give a thumbs up to the stream, because it really helps the algo to push my videos forward, and I would really be grateful if you guys would do that. So I'm curious to see whether this bearish OB is going to hold. And if it does, and it inverses 10, 12, no. I'm going to pull up my Ninja Trader, because I also want to look for a possible trade on my futures account. Going long on gold. Yeah, the live stream. Going long on gold. Yeah, the live stream. Going long on gold. Yeah, the live stream. Okay, what's going on? What's going on? Hmm. All right, pulling up the ninja here. No. What are you doing? Oh, dear Lord. Oh my God. I need to take Ninja Trader lessons. I am totally. I have no idea what I'm doing, you guys. Yeah, literally. Literally no idea. Okay. And this is the high over here. No, 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 not you. I guess you guys are really laughing your asses off, aren't you? Alright, alrighty. 15-minute. There's a mosquito around here. Did you guys know? What is this 15-minute? You know, most of my live streams, it's just me talking by myself. What do you guys think about that? And there is nothing going on here. You know, not much of a rejection from a bearish order block if this ought to be a bearish order block here. Is it? Not much of a rejection. That's why we're likely going to see moving higher. Mm-hmm. Bum 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 bum. Do you guys like my intro music? My intro song? I love it. I don't know about you guys, but I simply freaking love it. Yeah. Yeah, seems to be continuing higher from here. When you open the trade. Ooh. You ride so high like a god who owns the sky. The words beneath your steady hands. Now you see, this is something I don't like. I don't like this. I don't like this and this. I don't like it. I would love to see silver catching up and pushing higher. So this is 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12. Where are you? So now the important BC to be respected. I'm trying to figure out what the hell the futures chart looks so different than the one on Forex. Really different. Okay, I got it now. No, I actually don't get it. I actually get it. Sorry guys, it's just my eyes are trying to make sense of what's going on the futures chart because it looks pretty different. Don't know what's going on here. Colors, lines, the mid quarters, quarters position entry. Oh. Still runner is active. Still runner is active, and still 10-12 is a very important VC over here. And I'd really like to see it push higher. Hey Alex, do you have a template on TradingView for Asia and London high and low, or do you mark them out daily? Asia and London high and low. On TradingView, I use an indicators list. Where do you see that? Okay, the indicator is this one. It's called LuxAlgo ICT Kill Zones Toolkit. I set the time zone in TradingView to UTC -4, which is New York time zone. And then I just put these settings over here. If you're gonna put the TradingView time zone as New York time zone, UTC -4, and then you're gonna make these settings, you're gonna have my exact settings on your chart. And if I'll go here to the 15 minutes, okay, you'll see I have these lines. So this whole green shaded area, that is the Asia kill zone, Asia session, and this is London kill zone. And so there are these lines which you can set inside that indicator to extend to the right side, but I just don't want that. So you can actually have the lines extended to the right side. I just rather do them manually. I don't know why. I don't know why. Don't ask. Okay. 5 minute. 5 minute is nicely respecting bullish order flow, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. Okay, I'm gonna mark this over here. 6 to 10 a.m. range high. Nice. Also took this long on futures. However, on futures, it's not going up like it's going on Forex. At least not for now. Don't ask me why. I have no idea, like literally zero idea why it's like that. But it really pisses me off to see that there are these differences. And it's really confusing also. But it is what it is. shoot. Oh, yeah. So annoying. Dude, off. I don't understand why they did not make a platform as simple as MetaTrader 4 with NinjaTrader. I literally cannot understand. I can't explain myself. Like, why? Why would you choose to make such a complicated fucking platform instead of keeping everything so clean and clear like in MT4? I don't know. Maybe I'm too classic, whatever, but I just love MT4. Okay, okay. If gold's gonna take out London high and then reject, and meantime silver is not gonna push above this BC, neither above this high over here, we're gonna have a nice potential short. Which could play out really nicely. We'll see. For now, my runner's still active. Okay. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Have you opened the trade on the futures account? Yes, I have. It's in profit, but not that much. I mean, not too much. Not too much, and I want to keep an eye on it once it reaches the high of the London kill zone. Because silver is already seems to be rejecting from that CB. And this would also be really, really nicely aligned with the fact that we're gonna soon enter 2-2 mini quarter. The mini mini quarter to the second mini quarter from quarterly theory, whatever you want to call it. I would dare to say that if price is going to violate the low of the previous M5 candle, that's going to be considered a bearish order block. You know, guys, I really want to make everyone eat more fruits. So if you guys have any, like, I don't know, if you crave fruits after you see me eating fruits during the live streams, go ahead and eat fruits. Okay, keeps pushing higher. We want to see what happens if it takes out the high of the London kill zone. Okay, took out London kill zone high. Oh my God, just look at that thing rejecting. Woo! Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Closed my runner, you guys. I closed my runner. And I am getting ready to get into shorts. Let's see if we're gonna have an entry confirmation here. So London high was taken out. London bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. Dear Lord. Okay. Looking on the 1 minute. On the 1 minute, 1037 BC is the most recently BC that was respected. BC rebalanced, went higher, took out London kill zone high. And right now, price seems to be closing under that low that previously rebalanced the BC, and it also closed under the BC. So right now, that's pretty much an inverted BC. And if we could get a rejection from here, that's going to be a very nice confirmation to go short. I've already closed my runner, by the way. 5-minute candle. You know what I would have loved to see? I would have loved to see, and I would love to see. I'm not gonna say would have loved because it's not like we can't see that anymore. I would love to see silver going under this low over here on the 5 minutes, so under 1030 low. And that, because you know, if it's rejecting from this SIBI, it needs to start breaking structures to the downside, you know, shift the structure to the downside. On futures, it did not take out London kill zone high yet. It didn't. Yeah, you see, I don't like what silver is doing here. Because it's not supposed to pretend as if it's rejecting from that SIBI and then, you know, just turn back with a bullish candle. It's not supposed to do that. I want to see 50-minute. Okay, so there's a SIBI a little bit lower. Still want to see 10-12 BC being invalidated. That would be a better confirmation to go short. So I'm only going to keep an eye on it for now. Silver going up. Yeah, the interest rate. Where did the sun come from? It's better than I don't want to. Yeah, it's better than I don't want to lose. You definitely. Have you opened the trade? Happy Wednesday, everyone. Alex, do you have an indicator for tracking sessions? Okay. For tracking sessions and cool zones. Yeah, in TradingView, it's this indicator, you guys. It's called Luxalgo ICT Kill Zones Toolkit. Really good indicator. If you guys want to track kill zones and sessions. Any advice for beginners? Yeah, just stick to one single person that you're gonna watch, you know, to learn. Like if you want to pick a mentor, just pick a mentor, just one. It'll be more than enough. There is a lot of sun. Sunny. Thank you for the truth that you make me see. Okay, guys, I'm gonna try out the short here. Gonna try out shorts. Doop 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 doop. Doop 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 doop. Very small risk because we still have not invalidated 10-12. Minimal risk, okay? Minimal risk. So again, minimal risk. I would actually say this is a just for fun trade. And the reason for me saying this is because, like, what is a just for fun trade? A just for fun trade is a trade that you're only going to take, you know, with a very small risk, just because you want to see how price will, you know, if your current idea will play out. And but you've already made profit that you're happy with, and you don't really want to risk that profit, but you also still want to keep an eye on how your trade might be doing. So this is a just for fun trade. Wow. Sunny, you're killing me here. So you guys can see that price is playing on the 6 to 10 a.m. range here. You see? And if it's rejecting and forming a bit a plus OB, chances are we're gonna see it continue to move higher. Because like I said, it did not invalidate 1012 BSC, neither did it, you know, so then it means that the break of the 6 to 10 a.m. range would basically be a break of structure and not a sweep of liquidity. That's what it would mean. We shall see. All right, so we shall see. 1 hour is going, yeah, everything points out to a potential long continuation right now. So minimal risk here, but just keep in mind this is a trade that occurred without a proper confirmation, I would say. I mean, yeah, we do have this BSC being inverted, but that's not the actual one that actually matters. It's not 1037, it's 1012. So only after we invalidate that, it's gonna be like a confirmed short. Oh my god, so much sun here. I'll just eat another slice of melon. If this thing goes to stop loss, I'm gonna lose about, let me check. I'm gonna lose about $15. So like I said, very minimal risk because I did not get any proper confirmation for this. And that's why I've used very, very small risk, because it doesn't make sense to use bigger risk. Micro. I'm getting a nice tan over here with the sun. Tropical trading. Any advice for beginners? Yeah, so I was giving you an advice for beginners. So if I were to give any advice for a beginner, it would be, like I said, just pick one asset that you want to trade, okay? Whether it be a one single forex pair, whether it's going to be like a futures contract, just pick one and stick to that one alone. The reason why I'm saying this is because it's very important for you to get accustomed with the intricacies of every pair, because every pair and every asset has its own specific things, you know. You're going to get used to when is volatility to be expected on that specific pair. You're going to get used to stuff like when is likely for you know, what session is likely for price to create um, manipulations, when it's likely for price to, you know, to distribute, to reverse. You're also gonna get used to the volatility of that pair, which is extremely important. Like, for example, I've just barely purchased a futures challenge account, right? And I'm trading gold, the MGC, right? Mini gold contract, mini futures on gold. But I can say that it's like, it's very different than the CFD contract on gold, which is, you know, what we know as the Forex contract on gold. Is very different. And I'm just playing it out. My phone fell. I'm playing it out really safe because I can see all these differences, and I need to get used to them, you know? Another advice for you as a beginner. Yeah, this is probably going to go to stop loss. Another advice for you as a beginner, or for any other person in here who's a beginner, would be, like I said earlier, pick one mentor, stick to that mentor alone. This means you've already picked a person who has a proven edge, a proven trading strategy that actually is proven to work. Even better if you can see that person live streaming every day or stuff like that, because that's also going to give you like a very good confidence in the fact that the person is using what they're preaching, what they're teaching. Okay, and that again is very important. You don't want someone who's just gonna sell you a course, a pre-recorded course, and that's it, and then you don't see them applying whatever it is that they're selling in real time. Whether that person's live streaming every day on YouTube, or whether that person is, you know, just going live on Discord with the mentorship people, or like, for example, going live on Zoom during you know, trading sessions. It doesn't really matter, but that person has to offer some level of means for the people who are buying their course, their strategy, or whatever it is, to be able to see that the person in question is actually using the strategy that they're teaching, that they're selling. Okay, because this is very important. You want to see people use what they sell, use what they preach. Okay, because it means that they're confident in that thing. Obviously, this like, your level of success, or your probability of becoming successful, of becoming profitable, does not depend on whether that person is offering you this means of you being able to you know, to verify whether they apply their strategy in real time and whether the strategy is profitable or not. But it's going to be a good indication that most likely you're not looking at a scammer. Okay, most likely you're not looking at a scammer, and you just want to make sure that you're not looking at a scammer, someone who's just after your money, and then they're just going to say, well, you know what, you did not respect the rules of the strategy. And when you're going to ask questions about, okay, so why this worked here and then it did not work here, if that person cannot give you clear explanations, like if that person cannot clarify for you your questions and your, you know, anything that you might come up with, just stay away, you know. Wow, you guys, this is just so... I can barely see what's going on the chart. Because of the sun. So yeah, as a beginner, you really have to make sure that you're that there is a way of you trusting the person that you're buying the course from. And there has to be just one single person, because then if you're going to learn something from someone and then something else from another person, then it means that you're not going to be able to apply one single strategy so that you can actually figure out after a set number of trades whether that strategy is profitable or not, because you're going to be tempted to trade based on this person's rules right now today, and then tomorrow based on another person's rule. Besides this, you might actually end up being really confused with seeing entry confirmation based on one mentor's rules and then an invalidation based on another mentor's rules, and then you're going to have what we call analysis paralysis, when you will know too many strategies and you won't be able to apply any because they just conflict with each other, you know? So yeah, this is the advice I have for beginners. Yeah, like I was saying, it's probably gonna go to stop loss this trade here, but I don't care because it's just such a minor trade. If we're gonna see, however, if we're gonna see silver going above London high and gold just not pushing higher, and then both reject, that's, yeah, that could actually be worth. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Give me a few moments, okay? I'll be right back. What up? What happened? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly what I said. It's most likely gonna take out the stop loss of this funny trade. And yeah, minus $15.8. I can live with that. It's okay. I can definitely live with that. Now, the thing is that it reached into a really interesting area. I'm trying to. Okay. I'm trying to pull up the levels here. Dear Lord, the sun. It's shining bright. So you can see it reached into an inversion I've marked here from the left side. And this is, I think, 15-minute, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. I want you to take a look at this area here. So the way in which to pick fair value gaps and order blocks that actually work. You see this 15-minute at 2:30 a.m. New York time zone on September 16th. Just look at how price created that. It broke above Asia session high, so that's a break structure. And then price comes down, rebalances that. That's also like in discount of this leg that was breaking Asia high. And then it price pushes higher with a great deal of power. Then comes lower, takes out sell side, creates this beautiful SMT divergence, and then shoots higher. Okay? So now you would think, well, it took sell side from here, and right now, breaking above this level is a break of structure to the upside, so we should expect it to continue to push higher. However, I want you to take a look at how price reacted from that same level. You see? So this is what makes this inversion right now important. The different reactions, like notable reactions that we had from it. Okay, this is what makes the level to be important. Now, to make that thing count, in order for that inversion to make sense, to consider that price is still reacting from that level, you need to wait for a reaction. And the reaction is not going to be, you know, a reaction that's good enough. It's never going to be just, you know, bearish candle coming from there. You need some sort of minor break of structure. You need, even better, if that minor break of structure that's going to break, that's going to occur, is going to be a swing low that previously rebalanced the BC and then went higher, and now price is going to come under that previously respected BC, because this is the actual unicorn. Okay, this is the basis of the unicorn setup. So right now we're looking at this one. Okay, possible unicorn. What's that? That's 1059. So if price would close under the swing low that respected the 1059 BC and then went higher, and if it would close under that level, also overlap that closure with the CB, that would be a short sell. And this is a beautiful setup that you guys can mark down in your journals. You just have a higher time frame PD array, you have a BC that's being respected, and then price breaks under that BISI, closes the candle under that BISI, not under the BISI, but under the swing low that previously respected the BISI. And it also does that with an overlapping SIBI. Okay, and then once price comes back inside that area, and then it's going to create a bearish order block for you, that's when you go short. Okay, that's when you go short. So in here, you want to see a bearish order block being created. 1 minute is enough because you're mainly going to watch for the setup to form on the 1 minute. If it forms on the 5 minutes, that's even better. And we have a beautiful example here. Let me show you. Very beautiful example. We had last SIBI being respected was here on the 5 minutes. Okay, and what is the swing high that respected that SIBI and then went lower? It's this one over here. So now I want to wait and see price closing above that swing high and preferably creating a BISI. And then once price comes inside that BISI, you want to wait for price to create a bullish order block on the time frame where you're looking at. So if you're looking at the 5 minutes here, your order block has to be a bearish candle that price closes above its open price, and it's right here. That was your bearish candle that was turned into a plus OB. Plus OB. Plus OB. Okay? Right? So you consider this. Wait. Oh my God, what am I doing? So this is your unicorn, okay? And the unicorn is not an actual unicorn without a BISI, okay? And then this over here is your breakup structure that confirms your unicorn, okay? BOS, breakup structure, okay? So this is the most simple representation and the most accurate representation that I could ever come up with for the unicorn, right? And when do you enter? You enter as soon as the order block is being created, or even better, you enter once price retests the created order block and then rejects off of that. So if you take a look at this candle, which became our bullish order block once this candle closed above its open, okay? Not above the high, but above the open, right? So this 8 a.m. candle closed above the open price of the 7:50 a.m. candle. So 7:50 is our bullish order block. 8 a.m. M5 candle is the candle that turns 7:50 into a bullish order block, right? So then you can see that the 8:05 candle with its low comes down and then starts to push higher, breaking above 8 a.m. candle wick high, okay? So your entry can be right at the break of that 8 a.m. candle wick high, just like that. And your stop loss can be right under the candle that created your BISI, which is over there, okay? And then, as usual, make sure that there is enough room for you to aim for a 2R trade. And what I mean by this is look to the left side of the chart and see whether there is any reason for price to move up at least 2R. What would be reasons for price to move up 2R in your favor? Buy-side liquidity, bearish imbalance that has not been tapped yet, or any sort, and anything like that. Okay, so in here, boom, 2R, okay? And you just want to make sure that you're going to adjust your lot size accordingly, because with the 60 pip stop loss, if you're going to trade one lot on a, I don't know, on a 50K account, let's say it's pretty okay, because you're going to be losing 1.2%, okay? But you're going to make 2.4%, okay? You just got to adjust your stop loss, your lot size, to make sure that whatever your stop loss is going to be is not going to eat more than a certain amount, you know, a certain percentage from your max max allowed loss for that day, if you're trading a challenge, or if you're trading a funded account. Okay, really simple. And you can actually see why I took that short over here, because this was the most recent BISI that got respected, and then price went up and it took out the high of the London kill zone. Okay, and then it moved and closed under that swing low that previously respected this BISI over here, and it closed under that by leaving a SIBI behind, right? And then it moved inside the SIBI, and then it created a bearish order block. This candle, okay, that candle. It would have been a much better entry, which would have saved me almost $16. It would have been a much better entry if I would have waited for price to come back, retest the order block, and then enter as soon as these lows would have been broken to the downside. Okay. But I was risking really little in here, and like I said, it was just for fun trade, so that's fine. But I'm just telling you so that you know next time, okay? Doomy Baba says in the chat, could you tell that one more time? No, bro, I cannot tell that one more time. What you can actually do is just rewind the recording and rewatch the section again. Wow, how about that? And you can rewatch it like 10 times if you want to, until you're gonna understand. That's the purpose of YouTube videos, and that's the fucking purpose of YouTube live streams, you guys. Not for me to repeat what I've just said, but for you to scroll back a little inside the live stream, inside the recording, and rewatch the section that you're interested in as many times as you want. Make sense? Do me baba. I hope it does. Okay, guys, pretty much nothing interesting going on in here, and it's already 11:30. I usually avoid trading after 11:30 because, you know, it's just 30 more minutes until lunch break, and we're likely not going to see so much movement. And if we're going to see movement, I just don't care about it anymore, because I've already made my 1% today, and yeah, don't see why I'll still continue to trade. Anyhow, thank you guys for being here. I hope you enjoyed today. So yeah, rewatch the recording, hit the like button. If you guys have questions, go ahead and pop them in the comment section. You can also DM me on Telegram. My Telegram is true_Lera. I'm just gonna write it here on the screen. TRUE_LERA. It's basically the same as my Instagram, okay? Basically the same as my Instagram, you guys. So you can see my Instagram in here, okay? My Telegram is exactly the same. And if there's anyone else that has a different handle than this on IG or on Telegram saying that they're me, don't believe them. Okay. All right. Talk to you guys tomorrow.